So just in time for the wrap-up. I didn't shoot any footage during this hunt. Wasn't expecting too much. The house that I'm searching at was built in 1965, but it is right across the street from the house where I dug up that drape bust coin, the 1892 house. So there was a possibility that the ground was old. As you can see, the yard's beautiful, and it has a sort of a twofold nature to it. Up here, closer to the house, it's very, very level and even, and then when you get past that little shed, there's like a line that you cross, and up there it just starts to get wavy, and the ground seems to get a little older up there. So I did notice as soon as I got up beyond that line that I started to get all kinds of interesting signals. And I also noticed some areas where I was seeing lots of bits of, industrial slag, coke, from furnaces and things like that. And the homeowner even showed me this this large wheel he found, which looks like it's part of either a piece of farm machinery or industrial machinery. See this? That's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. So that might have been a wheel driving a large pulley for some sort of factory. And when I was looking around over here, I saw lots of pieces of, like that. That's vitreous slag. Lots of pieces of old broken glass. Bits of porcelain. So I think, and ceramic. So I think what we have right here is the remains of some kind of a bottle dump. Most of it may have been swept away. It might be worth excavating, actually. But, yeah, I don't think the homeowner wants his backyard dug up, so I just poked around in it a little bit and couldn't find any whole bottles, but I did find some interesting fragments. But we still did get some interesting things, so let's have a look. We'll go over what we got. Alright, so for starters, a little bit of modern clad, nothing interesting there, 3/4 of nickel and 6 pennies. Then we have these, what I believe are templates for boots or shoes. The town that I'm in actually was pretty famous for its contributions to the shoemaking industry. A lot of cobblers in this town, so that seems quite possible that that's what those are. Then we have a bunch of what appear to be fittings for various types of things. That looks like the base of a lamp, base of a smaller fixture, not sure what that is. This is cool. And as you can see, there's some lovely scroll work there and there, a little bit of fancy on it. I'll get this cleaned up. Didn't see any writing on it, though, that would allow me to date it. Got a few bits of bottles. This lovely one, God, I wish this was whole. Lakeshore Honey. Package, patent, applied for. I'm going to do some research. I should be able to find out what this bottle looked like. Look at this, had a honeycomb pattern on it. Isn't that beautiful? I'm guessing 1920s, 1930s. Boy, I wish I could have found more of these. Wish I could have found some whole ones. Look, there's a nice neck of a little medicine bottle. This was cool. I like this. Looks like an escutcheon for a button switch. Or maybe a doorbell, but I think a button switch. And as you can see, there's just some lovely fancy on it, some nice floral patterns. I'm definitely going to throw some peroxide on this one and clean it up. I think that's going to look really, really nice in a Riker mount. So, as you can see, nothing exceptionally old. A couple of interesting items. The shoe templates are very interesting. I'm going to contact the Historical Society for this town. I'm sure they have bazillions of those, but just in case, they may be interested in getting their hands on those. They're in such bad shape, I don't know if I would keep them. They have to go through electrolysis at the very least, or spend a week soaking in metal rescue or something. Whew. Anyway, it's pretty cool, huh? I'm sorry I didn't shoot while I was detecting. I got here kind of late and it was super hot, and I couldn't stomach trying to shoot while I was working out here, and the sweat's just pouring off me. But as you can see, nothing super incredible was found, and at least you got to see it. Whew. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this little wrap-up, and I hope you will join me on the next hunt. Well, whew, it's too hot to work in grass, but I landed permission to hunt in this scrub you see here. People who own this house took some trees down, cut this brush all back, and it's been growing back. You see all these spotted touch-me-nots back there, milkweed here, variety of things. That looks like bittersweet nightshade down there. Anyway, bunch of different things. However, we have on this side of the property an 1880 house, and on that side of the property an 1883 house. And clearly, if you're squatted between two 1880s properties, then the land you're living on used to belong to one of them or both of them. They said that they do have what looks like the remains of a bottle dump back there, but you can see reeds. There's also a swamp back there, so I'm not venturing back there. Maybe in the winter, check that out. But we just turned up something here. I don't know what it is. It's probably nothing, okay? It freaked me out a little bit when I popped it up. I don't know what it is yet, okay? So let's have a look at it together and see if we can figure out what it is. All right, as you can see, it looks like some kind of a coin, but it really doesn't look like a quarter to me. It looks a little big to be a quarter. It's very thick. Maybe it's not a coin at all. Boy, I really hope it's a coin. Alright, give me a moment to clean it up, and we'll see if the toothbrush, we'll see if we can keep this live. I'll try to brush it a little bit. It's probably nothing, but I can't help but feel a little excited. Let's see if any familiar detail starts popping out there. Alright, what do we got? Anything? Is it a token, maybe? Alright, let's try this side. Ugh. Oops. Aim at the target, Chuckles. I think it must be a token. I think I see writing. As yet, I don't recognize it. Alright. Anybody see anything on that? It looks like there's something there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just a copper punch-out. Alright, I'm going to pause you for a bit and go at this with a toothpick. Get back to you. Okay, so we got it clean now. Unfortunately, not as old as we might have hoped. It is a token. It looks like a presidential token. It says James Polk on it, 11th President of the United States. And on the back it has, the details of his life. We've seen these before. I've never dug a Polk, but we have seen these before. A number of companies produce these commercially, just as keepsakes or little gifts to try to entice buyers. I know Sunoco did a series of them, and a number of other companies have done a series of them. I'll do a little research on this one. I'm sure I can find out when it was made. I don't think it's that old, but it's interesting. Wasn't expecting to find a James Polk presidential token out here in this scrub, so that's neat. Gave me a bit of a heart attack there for a second. Thought we had an old large cent, but nope, not yet. Hey, the day is young. I'm not, but the day is. Maybe we'll find something. All right, let's get back to it. I also have a little audience over there, see? Chickens. Hey, chicken. I love birds. Okay. Well, that was a short hunt, but a fun hunt. Not a lot of footage. Sorry about that. We do have a couple of finds. Nothing earth-shattering. But then again, we were only hunting in that one scrubby little area. The homeowner said that I can come back in a few weeks, and after that she won't care if she gets brown circles. So I don't know, maybe we'll just wait till the fall. I would hate to. Some people say they don't care about brown circles, and then they see them and they're like, ooh. So maybe we'll just wait till the fall. Anyway, there's a lot of really old houses around me here. Real 19th century stuff, you know. Beautiful old original houses. So we're going to have to come back in the fall, do some door knocking, and see if we can get on some of these other properties, because they're beautiful, and I'm sure there's history there. Anyway, let's have a look at what I found. I had a couple of things here today. We ended up having a second one of these presidential tokens. This one here, which I didn't really get cleaned. Chester Arthur. But yeah, same series. Presidential tokens. We got a modern dime, modern nickel, 2 modern pennies. We got this guy, which looks like he's the head of a shaver of some kind. And that writing there, it's very hard to read, but it says Valet Sport Razor. And I think this is pretty old. But I wouldn't be surprised if it dates back to like the 40s. Look at those gears. So we'll do some research on that. Then we just got some bits. We got this little, well, it looks like it's part of a caster wheel. It could be pewter, could be cast iron. We got a clock back. No writing on the clock back to indicate who manufactured it. The only writing on there is the slow and fast mark for the speed regulator, which was right there for the clock. But that's it. So probably we'll end up pitching that. We've got a little hose attachment here, I think. I mean, it's threaded. It's got an opening. I think it's for a hose. Got a lot of pieces of lead. This is lead solder. This is lead pipe. Lots and lots of pieces of glass. Here's the neck from an old milk bottle. Lots of pieces of ceramic. Clay pot. Bean pot, maybe. A couple pieces of that. This little piece actually had a tiny little of embossing on it. Might be enough to figure out what it was. Looks like it's got a year there, 1851, Something & Co. Inc., Something, Maine. And it's a, you know, it's clearly one of those little tombstone medicine bottles. So that might be enough text for me to be able to figure out what the bottle is, actually. So I'll make a stab at that. And then, of course, in addition to that, you know, you get the usual trash. So there's lots of pieces of glass, some crunchy pieces of old aluminum. There's a bottle cap or 2 in there. A lot of junk. But, you know, the typical stuff. So, you know, given that, I think there's possibilities on this property. There's definitely possibilities on the neighboring properties. I'm going to have to ask around and see if I can get on one of these 1880 houses. They look beautiful. They have beautiful homes. I wish I could show them to you, but obviously I can't. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tiny little hunt. I enjoyed having you along with me, and I hope you will come along so that I can see you on the next hunt. Well, hey there. Come on a little adventure with Uncle Chuck. All right. Well, this week on Chuck and Dirt, we're visiting a house that was built, well, according to the property records, the online property records, 1900. I want to tell you something about the online property record database I use, which is MassGIS. They say 1900 when they don't know. If it's an old house and they're not sure, and they know it was, you know, earlier than the first half of the 20th century, then they'll just say 1900. I've been to houses that they have down 1900 that are clearly colonial, so you can't really trust that. And I have reasons to believe it. This house down here on the corner is an 1886 house. The house right over there is an 1886 house. The house just up the block, 2 houses up, is an 1850 house. And the land that this house abuts in the rear is also a plot of land that dates back to the 1850s, has an 1850 house on it. So this land is old use. Even if this house was built in the 1900s, or at exactly 1900, the ground was used before that for other things, so I think there's a good chance we'll find something here. I mean, you just have to look at the ground and you get a sense that it's much older than the property records would indicate. For example, this tree. Holy smokes, that's a monster maple. I can't put my arms around it. It's got to be a good 3 feet thick. So I'm pretty sure this place is old. Well, we just scored a young lady's bracelet. Not made of anything precious, and probably not too old because it was right here by the edge of the driveway. Probably lost in just the last few years. It's our second target. Our first target turned out to be, whew, that's noisy, huh? A Matchbox car. Oh, nothing amazing yet, but we're just getting started. Well, I don't know. Came out of the ground in a couple pieces. It's quite big, as you can see. Not sure what it is. Anybody have an idea? Rang up nice and high, as you might imagine. This looks like it's all brass. These two pieces went together somehow. No writing on them that I can see. And there was some large square nails in there with them. So I'm assuming, this little piece of wire, that they were connected together somehow. But it doesn't look like anything I recognize. Not yet, anyway. I'll have to do some research. Strange. I don't know, but it's interesting, and must at least be a little bit old to have developed the patina. It does have a patina under the dirt, so I don't know. Start part of a stirrup, maybe? Part of a trap? Don't know. Interesting, though. Alright, we'll keep looking. Okay. I think we got something nice here. We're underneath this gorgeous old willow, right next to the bittersweet nightshade here. Don't need any of that. And I think we just dug up something, well, old-ish. Here it is. It is, I am pretty sure, a Tootsie Toy. The wheels are pretty distinctive, and it's either a Tootsie Toy or a Lesney. Looks oldish, though. Anyway, I'm going to take a little time to clean this up, and I'll get back to you when it's a little cleaner. Cool. Okay, well, here we go. This is as clean as I could get it in the field. Kind of a cool looking car. Little dude. Looks like some of the original yellow color is still on it. Those are the classic Tootsie Toy wheels. And on the inside, we can actually see the logo. And it says, Roadster Tootsie Toy. And then in there it says USA. So there you go. This is a USA Tootsie Toy. It's been waiting in this yard a long time to be found. I don't know if there's anything else down there, but I'm definitely going to look. Probably the only one. But it has been well over a year since my last Tootsie Toy, and I've really been jonesing to put one in my display case. So now we have a new one. Cool. That's something special. All right, let's go over what we got. Whew. Okay, so let's see. We got a broken Matchbox car, a little plastic doodad. Young lady's bracelet. This looks like the top of some sort of salt shaker or something, or shower head, not sure. Pieces of an old, I think, milk bottle. Got some modern clad there, a couple dimes, 3 pennies, a quarter. The door locking mechanism. And then we have these brass pieces that are, I think, may have gone to a trap or a stirrup. I don't know. I gotta check with my friends, see what they say. And then we had the find of the day, which is, of course, this lovely Tootsie toy. Probably a treasured little toy of someone who lived here. Anyway, very, very cool. A good day all around. No silver, no large cents, nothing from the 1800s, which is too bad, but we were restricted where we could search. I was hoping to get into the woods, but once I saw them and saw how overgrown it was, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting in there. At least I got out, got to hunt, and I found something cool. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. And I'm glad you came along with me, and I hope you'll come along with me next time so that I can see you on the next hunt. Oh man. Okay, all packed up. All there we go. Yeah, great. Terrific. Okay. Alright. Now we're all packed up. Hey chicken.